Imagine waking up on a random Tuesday with no alarm clock and realizing you're free to choose exactly how to spend your day. Not because you hit the lottery, not because you suddenly became rich, but because you built a life where working is optional, not mandatory. That's the real meaning behind retiring at 40. It's not about mansions, yachts, or living like a celebrity. It's about freedom. The kind most people never experience because they're stuck in a cycle that never stops. Bills, deadlines, pressure, repetition. Here's a truth we rarely slow down to acknowledge. Money can always be earned again. But time? Time only moves in one direction. And once it's gone forever. That's why the most valuable asset you have isn't your income. It's your time. And this video was created for people who already sense that, or are about to. Today, I'm going to give you a complete roadmap. The same mindset and strategic pillars followed by people in the FIRE movement who reached financial independence early. Regular people. Teachers, engineers, nurses, freelancers. People who didn't start wealthy, but who decided to live with intention, discipline, and long-term vision. And because of that, they transformed their lives. You're going to see how they lowered financial pressure, increased their freedom, and built a lifestyle where work became a choice, not a sentence. By the end of this video, you won't just understand the concept of early retirement. You'll understand how someone like you can build it, step by step, using clarity, strategy, and consistent action. Let's be honest. If you've ever felt like you're running hard, but not actually moving forward, you're not alone. Millions of people in the US feel the same way, stuck in a cycle where work, bills, and expectations keep spinning faster than their ability to catch up. It's what many call the rat race, and it's designed to feel endless. From the moment we enter adulthood, we're pushed toward a lifestyle that looks successful on the outside, but drains us on the inside. Bigger homes, newer cars, constant upgrades, subscription after subscription. And the message is always the same. If you earn more, you should spend more. But no one tells you that this mindset makes freedom almost impossible. You've probably seen it happen. People earning six figures who still feel broke. Not because they're irresponsible, but because their lifestyle quietly expanded to match or exceed their income. A nicer apartment here, a couple of impulsive purchases there, and suddenly they're trapped by the very comfort they worked hard to achieve. The system encourages consumption, not construction. It rewards looking successful instead of becoming financially secure. And it convinces smart, hardworking people that struggling is normal, that stress is just part of being an adult. Maybe you've felt it too. That sinking sensation of working year after year with nothing truly changing. That feeling that every raise disappears before you even enjoy it. That fear that no matter how hard you try, you're not building anything that actually lasts. And here's the part most people never hear. The problem isn't you. It's the framework you were handed. A framework built on noise, distraction, and pressure, not strategy. But the moment you understand this, everything shifts. Because once you see the trap, you can step out of it. And that's exactly what this video is about. Giving you a new lens, a clearer path, and a strategy that actually works in the real world. Before we dive deep, let's step back and look at the full picture. Because retiring early isn't about one magic trick. It's a combination of choices, habits, and strategies that work together like gears in a machine. There are 10 core pillars, and each one plays a crucial role in building real financial independence. These pillars are the blueprint used by people who reached early freedom, not through luck, but through clarity and consistent action. You'll learn how to build the mindset of someone who wins long-term, how to identify the decisions that actually move the needle, and how to develop rare skills that compound in value year after year. We'll talk about investments, controlling your cost of living without sacrificing your quality of life, and building multiple income streams that grow even when you're not working. And we're also going to explore something most videos ignore: the mental game after freedom, because reaching independence is only half the journey. Learning how to live it with purpose is the other half. 1. What retiring at 40 really means: freedom before luxury. Most people hear retire at 40 and picture beaches, luxury cars, or never working again. But that's not what early retirement actually looks like. And honestly, that's not what you should aim for. Retiring early means reaching a point where your life is no longer controlled by your bills. It's the moment when your investments, your savings, and your choices work together to buy back your time. At 40, you're not done with life. You're just done being forced into a routine you no longer choose. Here's the truth most people miss. When someone reaches financial independence, they don't stop working. They stop needing to work. And that changes everything. Many go on to start passion projects, launch small businesses, volunteer, switch careers, or work fewer hours doing something they truly enjoy. The pressure disappears, and purpose finally takes the lead. The first step is understanding your FIRE number, the amount you need invested so your money can sustain your lifestyle. And once you see that number clearly, the path ahead becomes a lot more strategic and a lot less intimidating. 2. The capitalizer mindset. Thinking like an owner from the first dollar. If there's one trait that separates people who reach financial freedom early from everyone else, it's this: they think like owners, not consumers. Most people see money as something to spend. Capitalizers see money as something to multiply. Every dollar has a job, and that job is to grow. This mindset shift is powerful. Instead of asking, "What can I buy?" you start asking, "What can this dollar build for me?" And that single question can change the trajectory of your finances. Think about something simple. Buying the newest phone. A consumer sees a shiny upgrade. A capitalizer sees a choice. The choice to either buy the phone or buy shares of the company that makes the phone. One loses value every month. The other can grow for decades. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. It means you start choosing with intention instead of impulse. The action step here is straightforward. Look at your spending from the last 30 days and highlight the purchases that didn't move you closer to freedom. Then identify one area where you can redirect spending toward an asset instead. 3. The invisible plan. Cutting the noise and focusing on what matters. One of the biggest reasons people struggle financially isn't lack of effort. It's lack of focus. The modern world is full of financial noise, quick tips, trending hacks, impulse ads, endless must-have purchases. And every small distraction chips away at your energy, your money, and your long-term clarity. Early retirees understand something crucial. You don't win this game by optimizing every tiny decision. You win by mastering the few decisions that create the biggest impact. Think of your attention like a spotlight. If it's pointed in 20 directions, nothing gets enough power to grow. But when you narrow that beam, everything becomes simpler, and progress finally starts to compound. Here's a real example. Many people spend hours hunting for small discounts, but never spend 30 minutes reviewing their housing costs, their debt, or their investment strategy. One saves a few dollars, the other can change your life. So here's your action step. Identify 3 high-impact financial decisions you've been avoiding. Things like negotiating rent, refinancing debt, increasing investment contributions, or adjusting your career path. Those are the levers that actually move you forward. 4. The 10-year rule. Focusing on a few skills that pay exponentially. If you study people who reach financial freedom early, you'll notice a pattern. They're not great at everything. They're exceptional at a small number of high-value skills, and those skills compound over time. Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger talk about this constantly. Success doesn't come from chasing every trend or trying to master dozens of things. It comes from choosing a few horses, skills that grow, stack, and pay you back for decades. Think about skills like communication, sales, coding, design, leadership, investing, negotiation. These aren't random. They're the kind of skills that increase your earning potential, whether you're employed, freelancing, or building something of your own. And here's the magic. When you invest in a skill for 5 to 10 years, the returns become exponential. Opportunities expand. Income increases. Flexibility grows. You start building a career and a life on your terms. Your action step is simple but powerful. Choose one compound skill you're willing to commit to for the next few years. Not for a week. Not until it gets hard. For the long run. That commitment alone can change your financial future. 5. Reducing your cost of living. Strategically, most people hear "cut your expenses" and immediately think of sacrifice, giving up everything that makes life enjoyable. But strategic living isn't about suffering. It's about designing a lifestyle where your money works better, faster, and more efficiently. This is where the concept of lifestyle arbitrage becomes a superpower. It means rearranging your life so your cost of living drops without lowering your quality of life. For some people, it's moving a few miles outside a major city. For others, it's shifting to remote work and choosing a lower-cost state. Sometimes, it's simplifying big recurring expenses like housing, transportation, or food, the categories that actually move the needle. Here's the secret. If you can maintain the same level of happiness while spending less, the gap between your income and your expenses grows. And that gap is the engine that funds your FIRE number. Your action step. Define your minimum comfortable cost of living. Not the absolute minimum. The one where you still feel good, still enjoy life, and still live with dignity and purpose. Once you know that number, building freedom becomes far more predictable. 6. Value investing as the foundation. If financial freedom is a house, investing is the foundation. And value investing is one of the strongest foundations you can build on. The core idea is simple. Buy great assets at a fair price and hold them long enough for their value to reveal itself. Warren Buffett famously said, "Treat every investment as if the market could close for 10 years. In other words, if the stock market disappeared tomorrow, would you still feel confident owning that business?" That's the mindset of a value investor. Instead of chasing trends or timing the market, you focus on companies with strong fundamentals, real profits, healthy balance sheets, and long-term potential. You're not gambling. You're owning a piece of something meaningful. This approach reduces stress, increases stability, and grows your wealth quietly in the background, while you focus on building your life. Here's your action step. Choose one company you admire and read a single, simple document. Its balance sheet. Don't analyze like an expert. Just learn what the company owns, what it owes, and how it makes money. This builds the financial literacy that empowers long-term success. 7. Building multiple income streams that grow without physical effort. If you want to retire early, relying on a single paycheck is like trying to balance on one leg. It works until it doesn't. The people who reach financial independence fastest share a common habit. They build income streams that scale, not ones tied to hours worked. There are two types of income. Linear income. You work once, you get paid once. Scalable income. You work once, and the results can pay you again and again. Scalable income includes things like digital products, content, online courses, rental properties, licensing, affiliate marketing, or owning pieces of businesses through investments. You don't need all of these. You just need one that fits your strengths and can grow beyond your time. Here's a real example. A designer who creates a single online template can earn from it for years. A teacher who builds a small online course can reach thousands of students without teaching live. A writer who publishes regularly can build an audience that compounds. Your action step. List 3 skills you already have that could earn scalable income. Don't overthink it. You're identifying possibilities, not committing. 8. Protection from errors. Building wealth is important, but protecting it is just as critical. The truth is, most people don't fail because they lack opportunities. They fail because they fall into avoidable traps that quietly drain their progress year after year. The biggest wealth killers aren't complicated. High interest debt, emotional spending, lifestyle inflation, the pressure to look successful. Each one might seem small in the moment, but over time they become a heavy anchor pulling you backward. Early retirees understand something essential. You don't need to be perfect. You just need rules that prevent bad decisions when emotions run high. For example, avoiding credit card balances altogether. Setting a 48-hour rule before any non-essential purchase. Creating a simple checklist before any investment. Do I understand it? Does it fit my plan? These guardrails keep you from sabotaging your future without realizing it. Your action step. Create 3 personal anti-error rules. Small guidelines that protect you when you're stressed, tired, or tempted. Stick them somewhere visible. These rules won't just save you money. They'll save you from detours that cost years. 9. The math of smart FIRE. Early retirement isn't magic. It's math. And once you understand that math, everything becomes clearer, simpler, and far less intimidating. The core idea is this. Your wealth grows from the combination of your contributions, your investment returns, and time. Most people focus on the wrong parts. They obsess over finding the perfect investment or timing the market. But what truly drives your FIRE journey is consistency. Adding money month after month, letting compound interest do the heavy lifting, and giving it enough time to work. Here's a simple way to think about it. If you invest aggressively for 10 years, not recklessly, just consistently, your future self reaps the reward for decades. Even small increases in your contributions today can drastically reduce the time it takes to reach your FIRE number. This is why strategic saving, smart investing, and controlling your lifestyle are so powerful when combined. You're not just trying to get rich. You're building a system that grows even while you sleep. Your action step. Simulate 10 years of contributions using a basic investment calculator. Plug in what you can realistically invest each month. Seeing the numbers for yourself is often the spark that changes everything. 10. The mental game after freedom. Reaching financial independence is a major milestone. But what comes after often surprises people. Once the pressure to earn disappears, you face a new challenge. Figuring out who you are without the constant grind. Many early retirees describe the same moment. They wake up one day and realize, I'm free. But what do I do now? This is why the mental game matters just as much as the financial one. When you remove the need to work, you create space. And that space needs direction. Purpose, routine, creativity, contribution. These become the true drivers of a meaningful life. Without them, freedom can feel empty instead of empowering. The people who thrive after fire are the ones who design life intentionally. They choose projects that excite them, build habits that keep them grounded, and stay connected to goals bigger than themselves. Freedom isn't the end. It's the beginning of a new chapter. Your action step. Write your post-freedom plan. Ask yourself, what do I want my days to feel like? What do I want to build? How do I want to grow? Clarity here turns independence into purpose. Take a moment and imagine your life 10 years from now. Not the version shaped by pressure, bills, or routine, but the version shaped by choice. Picture waking up with time that belongs entirely to you. That's the real reward behind financial independence, and it starts long before the money shows up. Because at its core, this journey isn't about wealth, it's about time, the only currency you can never earn back. Most people spend decades trading their best years for comfort in the moment. They work through exhaustion, sacrifice weekends, and postpone dreams, all while telling themselves, someday I'll slow down. But someday only happens if you intentionally create it. Here's a powerful truth. Freedom is built quietly. Not in big dramatic moments, but in small decisions made while the rest of the world is distracted. The decision to save instead of spend, to learn instead of scroll, to plan instead of hope. And if you don't act, nothing changes. The cycle continues. The years blur together, and the life you imagined slowly drifts further away. But the opposite is just as true. When you take ownership, even in small steps, momentum builds, clarity strengthens, possibility expands. You begin to feel something most adults forget is possible: control. Your future self is depending on the choices you make right now. Not perfect choices, intentional ones. So as we move toward the end of this roadmap, remember this: the gap between the life you have and the life you want isn't measured in money. It's measured in decisions. Before we wrap up, if this video opened your eyes, challenged your habits, or gave you a clearer path toward financial freedom, take a moment to support the channel. It helps more than you can imagine. So here's what I'm asking. Give this video a like. It tells the algorithm this message matters. Leave a comment. I read every single one. Subscribe. Especially if you want more content that helps you build freedom instead of just chasing income. And to boost your progress starting today, I want to hear from you in the comments. Which of the 10 pillars are you going to start applying right now? Is it adjusting your mindset? Learning a high-value skill? Running the numbers for your FIRE plan? Or tightening your cost of living? Your answer might inspire someone else who's just starting the journey. As we reach the end of this journey, there's one message I want you to walk away with. One idea powerful enough to shift the direction of your entire life. Financial freedom isn't a destination. It's a lifestyle built on intention. Most people drift through life reacting to bills, reacting to pressure, reacting to expectations. But the moment you decide to live with purpose, everything changes. You stop trading your time for quick comfort, and you start building a future shaped by clarity, discipline, and vision. Remember this: you don't owe the world a life of exhaustion. You don't have to follow the script handed to you. And you never have to apologize for wanting your time back. Freedom isn't bought. It's created. It grows in quiet moments, in small sacrifices, in courageous decisions that no one else sees. And every intentional step you take moves you closer to the life you've imagined for years. A life where your days feel meaningful. A life where work is a choice, not a burden. A life where the best moments aren't postponed. They're lived now. So as you close this video, carry this with you. Never trade your long-term freedom for short-term comfort. Every decision is a vote for the future version of yourself. Choose wisely. Choose intentionally. Choose the path that leads to ownership of your time, your energy, and your life. Because you are far closer to freedom than you think. And the journey starts the moment you decide it does.